It's a hurricane dance. It's a hurricane. I wanted to do the chair and do it swivel, but there's no room to do it. I was gonna go wee. Ah, yay! Hyped to be here. Hyped to be alive. So 1, 2, 3. We know that CC was gonna be okay, but it's good to see that you're good. But you got a light blow from her.
No
That's
hurricane
stuff, man.
damage in Michigan.
None yet? Man.
None yet.
That's a good thing, man. That's a good thing. Oh, happy to be here. Happy that the house is still intact. Not walking around through 4 or 5 feet of water.
Yeah.
That'd be a nightmare.
Yeah, with this. Somebody
Water
mentioned this
damage is not
before.
good.
No, it's not. Somebody mentioned this before. I need to do some research on it because it'd probably make a good topic, man. But homeowners insurance and how they cover that stuff.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about when the guy was talking about the fire that one of his friends had or something like from the Legions group.
Yeah.
I need to get into that and try to find out exactly what they cover and if you have to pay for both. Because can you imagine if you just lost your collection for whatever reason, fire, water?
You know, they usually only cover up so much, as far as personal belongings, as far as the dollar value. I think a majority of our collections probably go beyond that.
Yeah, and then would the adjuster come over and estimate what your stuff was, or, like, or aftermarket, how something sells? What do you have to do? That's kind of weird. Because they say, oh, your black and white Dark Knight is only worth $85. That's what the listing price is. Like, no, it's a little bit more than that if I lost it. It's good to see everybody. Katrina and Gustav Vet over here. Great flood survivor 2016. Be safe. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I was in the Andrew when it hit Miami. Oof, God, that was bad. We actually drove over to your side, MC.
Did you?
We were staying there, and then the wind started picking up. We're like, let's go over. So we went to St. Pete. We drove from Miami to St. Pete, and
Nice.
then and it was cool. And then we went back the next day, and we were driving down. I'm looking at the street, and I go, I was a kid, and so we're driving. I go, I don't recognize any of this. And she's just taking turns, and we get to the house, and I look, and everything is just wood. All those shots that they show.
Yeah.
Wood and everything is destroyed. And I go, oh my God. Tree was on top of the car, the spare car. I go, oh my God, it was just bad.
Wow.
And then they were charging for water and ice. I was just like, this is crazy, man. So yeah. Been looking out. My basement flooded because we had a history of rainfall down from the hurricanes. Yeah, see, I wonder how they do that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's good to see everybody safe, though. CC survived the day.
Right.
That was your danger, right?
Different types of storms up here, yeah.
Exactly. Woo, all right. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 125 of the Hangout. My name is Paige, and I'm joined by my two partners in crime, Mr. Cory Christopher and Michael Cory. Thank you guys for being here. How you guys doing? Good?
Good, man.
Great.
Cannot complain.
Oh, we can complain, right? It's always stuff to complain about. But not here. Not here. So, show for tonight. Something really planned for you guys. Ready? So, for tonight, we'll do news really quick. Try to skim through that stuff. And then CC has his segment, CC's Corner. And then we'll do play party. Everybody got stuff to play with, right? Everybody got play stuff, right? Even in the chat, you got your stuff to play. Hopefully everyone does. Tonight, I think we all, if I'm not mistaken, we all got the Green Ranger, right? Green Ranger check. Yes?
No MC.
What? Oh, no. Well, hopefully you have a substitute.
And
it's green. Yeah, it's green. All right. So, but that's good. We'll do an alternating toy kind of thing. We'll have Green Ranger, and then we'll have a surprise thing. So, what does this say? I think you have to give detailed list of everything and an approximate value. Then they determine the amount, or if they won't cover it, the extra charges and changes in the policy, or charges extra charges on the policy might have changed since then. Thank you, Kyoto. More to add. This was a friend trying to insure his massive Star Wars and Joe collection. I know they're probably walking the house and going, "Fucking nerd." This isn't worth this much money. Yeah, this is a limited edition blue-eyed variant. Okay, whatever, bro. It's a piece of plastic. You're good. Anything that you guys have to add, like before we start the news? Any news that you guys want to talk about? Nothing.
No.
Anything? All right. Let's start then, right? And let's start the party off right. Oops, that's the wrong screen, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to show that screen. What we were looking at before. Oh man. You know what? I'm actually happy this week. I got that email from Mezco when it first came up. And it said ding. I'm like, oh crap. They were very vague about that stuff too, that the Living Dead Doll None. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no. And I was looking, I go, oh, that's actually kind of cool.
Did you order?
No, I don't. No, I missed out on that one. Not that one. They were doing a grab bag once, and they put a Living Dead doll in there, but I didn't get that one. So I don't think I've ever. No, I messed with one at the con, but that was somebody else's section. So you don't want to put hands on other people's stuff. So. They're just really big. That's what she said. We're starting early. We're not even at set. Oh, we did. We made it. Ah, good. All right. So tonight's obviously caption title is the Hurricane Play Party because MC and I survived the hurricane safely. No damage?
No, nothing. Surprisingly,
Hmm.
usually we get fence parts knocked down or something, but it was good.
That's good, man. I hate seeing people like without power and other stuff, man.
Like
So
mile
let's
away, a lot.
yeah. Oh yeah. Like yours was hit kind of bad last time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
All right. Well, so let's do some news and notes. No. Is there any? No. Okay. Good. Order number's not in there. All right. So, remember we're going in the past so we can catch up to the future. So they sent this charge reminder out, which they already charged for Red Pyramid thing. So that's another one on the countdown to 30, right? So this got charged this Monday, and then it moved. God bless you. Moved to the shipping queue. But I haven't seen anyone actually have official shipping at all. I'm telling you, dude, this thing is badass, man. When people get this in hand, yeah, it'll be badass. And then also there was this kind of cryptic one. It said that Solomon Kane was getting charged and it was going to be shipping within the next few weeks. And I'll take the L on this one because usually when they say that means it's going to charge in 2 or 3 days, and it didn't. So, show correction. Can't be right all the time, right? I'm surprised. Like, right? We always joke about it, don't we?
Yeah.
It's easy. Like they're gonna do it. So, but it's actually kind of good because kind of pushes it back a little bit, and they don't take a bunch of money. I had a little bit of a bill, so this was a nice little break for me, to be honest with you. This is a really good figure too. When you guys saw coverage, did you guys think anything about this stuff at all, or no?
I didn't order Solomon Kane, but I'm thinking about joining the pre-order list now after seeing what you shown at the con, and then stuff you've said, we've talked about. So about it, you're kind of hyped about the figure, so it makes me hyped. So you like to spend my money.
Yeah, this thing is, man, I was really impressed with it. the face, it has those plugs on it and the hair. So you take the faceplate off and you change them out in the hair. And then this coat, I know a lot of people. Have you guys had problems with the coats, like the pleather coats lately, like with pink skulls or anything like that?
I haven't so far.
Yeah, I haven't before. I mean, even with the older stuff, but with the newer stuff, it seems like it's a little bit more durable. But this, um, it felt like an extra layer. And remember, the stuff that you mess with at the convention, sometimes it might be different in the final, but this felt like a little thicker. It had a wire cape, and the coat came off. And dude, I sat there. D had to like tap me on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm just thinking." He's like, "Nah, get back to work." He's like, but I was taking it off. I was like, "Damn, this thing looks like a pirate." I was like, "There's so many things you could do." Most of those figures they all have like different looks. I keep telling people like Dick Tracy and Flat Top. Who else? Prune Face.
Face.
There was another one. This one, and then there was another
Toth.
one I saw. Hmm?
Toth, yeah, it's the cape
Yeah,
or the jacket.
yeah. I I didn't get to take off the overcoat, yeah, but I don't know about the suit. I didn't know if that was pinned down or not. But when you have these, like, you can take off these layers, and it just gives them different looks. And so that's the one thing I was in the detail on the accessories. Oh God, they really did good. I think that people are really gonna like this one, and he can move with all the clothes and everything too. So moving on. Yay! These little guys. So this went up for pre-order, $65. It's supposed to come out next year, February, April. And MC, why don't you take this? Did you get a set for you and Sawyer?
For me, yeah, one set for the house.
Oh, for both?
Well, yeah, well, it's his. Who am I kidding? Just ordered one.
Yeah, these look cool.
Looks good.
Yeah, I guess I should put more photos, but or take more photos and like post them. But like I like these. I always have like a 5-point set around the desk, and they're just nice to like. They're just simple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of like a throwback to when we used to have when we weren't privileged enough to have a whole bunch of figures with articulation. So I laugh sometimes when people are like, it doesn't do this. I'm like, man, back in the day, in my day, you had a arm and a leg swivel. That's it.
Do you wish they would have come out with the band like the color appropriate heads as well, like the red, blue, or red, orange, purple?
No, it didn't. This didn't really bother me.
Classic.
I do switching gears though. I do hope that they do some kind of special limited edition of the other turtles in black and white. I think that would be badass. But they haven't done that in a while. But no, this doesn't bother me. They could always, I mean, you could paint them yourselves too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're that gung ho about it, I don't know. I like it. Did you not like it or?
No, I'm okay with it. It's just that's what Sawyer was saying.
Oh, he wanted the different colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there's
And
two groups of people out there. Those that like the original from the comic, and then those that are, from the later era.
yeah. I don't. I'm wondering if they were just trying to appease both. Comic with this, and then what we kind of know about with the other set. The arms and legs and everything, they'll switch out. We won't hammer this stuff in. If you want, you can go check the Grub Report out, talk about it a little bit more in depth, and also not snuck in, but I put a couple pictures in there too that I didn't post. A little bit more detailed pictures. So, anything you guys want to add to this stuff? Yay, she's here.
I was a little surprised to see the interchangeable parts on that one. I wouldn't expect to see all the interchangeable limbs.
Mm-hmm.
I just assumed with it being a 5-point plus, you just have maybe a couple more articulation points to get it out of that category. But I'm real shocked to see all those different arms and legs.
That's what I thought too. I thought it was going to be they were going to add extra joints.
Yeah.
Like you said. But, I mean, maybe they're just kind of waiting to see how well it sells. Because they seem to put a lot of money into it. Like, man, those sets that they have coming out, like that Doc Nut car and then the diorama sets and everything.
Yeah.
It's they put some money into that stuff. Because that's kind of character specific. You're not going to be able to use that stuff again. Yay. What about you, MC?
Yeah, I was surprised as well. Like Cory said, I had the same approach. I thought they'd put in a knee joint, like a single knee joint or a single elbow joint or something, or something to 5 points plus a couple more. I don't know. I don't know. So, but it's an interesting new way to approach it.
Yeah.
So,
huh?
I was gonna say Cory's a sucker for accessories, so he should be all over that set with all arms and leg accessories.
Yeah, I didn't want to do the traditional. Did you pick this up? Did you pick this up? But did you pick it up? He has some cool stuff. I mean, I don't know. CC, did you get this? That's a. I think that should be the de facto question from now on because he's had so much restraint. Yeah, restraint.
I haven't pre-ordered it yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy hangs out with the Shaolin monks one weekend, and now he's.
I'm a changed man.
Restraint.
Yeah.
It has impact. I'll admit I haven't bought anything in a week. I don't think I sent you guys pictures today. I haven't bought anything in a week.
Yeah.
So that's good, man. Some good impact. Oh, you're a good influencer. I picked this up. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But yeah, more detail. Grub report. Hasbro. They moved this up. Damn it.
Ooh.
MC, do you remember the original date for this?
Was it around Christmas?
Yeah. Well, Christmas is coming early because it's coming in September. I'm really looking forward to this, but I'm like, damn.
Ooh.
Damn. Yeah.
How many did you order? I think I ordered 3.
I did 2.
Oh boy.
I think MC did 2. Yep.
Yeah.
The 3 amigos. Yeah.
Yeah, they got us for nine coming out.
Oh boy. No wonder they pushed it up.
Money.
Yeah. So yeah, that got moved up a little bit. And this is very interesting. So this is the Transformers Rise of the Beast DALX Optimus Primal by 3.0 pre-sale, $250. It's not the reason why I want to talk about it. I'm not familiar too much with 3.0 or Hasbro. I'm pretty sure that this is their first time that they've done this. Is that correct or no? No.
I'm not sure if it's the first time or not. Not too sure. To be honest, it's the first time Hasbro and them have done it together.
Where's Mario?
I don't think so. I think they've done other Optimus Primes. I think.
Well, let's pretend that we know.
Okay.
So I love this. Was very interesting because this is the first time that I've seen it.
Yeah.
Right? And so what I was thinking is it's an interesting concept. It's like this collaboration with with 3.0. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, can you imagine if more companies did this? Yeah. I know Mezco did with 4 Horsemen with Dr. Doom. But something that's like, hey, we're doing this. And I'm doing it with this company.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of legal and development red tape. But I was thinking, man, wouldn't it be cool if more companies did it? So let's pretend in a perfect world, right? What 2 companies, that have to be Mezco, what 2 companies would you like to see collaborate, and what figure would you want them to do?
Mezco and 4 Horsemen, Dr. Doom. Oh, wait. Wait.
Figure of the year.
Somebody outside of that. partner and knock something out the park.
Can I pick two?
Yeah, the more the merrier.
I said one previously, and it was Mezco and Four Horsemen doing Shredder, but the other one would be Mezco and Storm Collectibles doing a Doomsday.
Ooh,
that's a good one. Well, what would you have Mezco doing on their side?
The soft goods, the sculpt, the more detail with the face, like the sculpting, and then work with 3-0 for the body and the articulation.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think, because this can go in a lot of good directions too. Because not only you have companies that have exclusive licenses too. That's what I thought the interesting part was. Like you'd be able to have whatever company work with them, and because they don't put out figures.
Yeah.
So let's say Hasbro. I'm not saying that nobody does have this, but let's say Hasbro had Power Rangers. We all know it's not true. Power Ranger. You're like, oh crap, this other company can do Power Rangers with them. It would be something like that. Like I know Hasbro has a couple of licenses that nobody does, or it just opens up. I should have sent this to you before we started this.
Yeah.
Because now I can't even think of one.
Yeah, that's a great question.
NECA's got some good licenses that would be good for Mezco or somebody else to get a hold of too. I mean,
Oh yeah.
NECA's got a lot.
They do. I'd love to see them. I'd love to see. Yeah, that would be interesting. I'd like to see them pick up the Universal Monster stuff again. I know NECA's been doing it, and Jada Toys they had a little run with them too. But I'd love to see Mezco try to pick it up again. Some of those older properties, I think they would work now because the fan base is bigger.
You can use the one that I told you yesterday with the Universal Monster and Mezco.
Which one's that?
The seamless body on Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh yeah. But people don't want to see that anymore.
Yeah, right.
I need to do a poll, man, and see what the temperature is with that. If people really hate it that much,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's not the last time we're gonna see that. So,
did you like seamless, CC? I mean, would you like to see it used again?
Oh, for sure. Like a seamless, oversized Venom would seem like it would just be instant home run. You do Venom or Carnage with a seamless body. So that would just be ridiculous.
That would be really good. Like a Killer Shark too. Like having that feel kind of. They could put like something in it to rough it up a little bit to make it feel like a shark skin, but still, because it's a shark. It should be seamless.
Yeah.
Skin on him than anything.
Yeah. All the Universal Monsters. Yeah, that would.
You think a Killer Croc would be good on a seamless body?
That's what I've been saying. Like a lot of these. So you know how they have bodies for each one of them, like you have a Superman body or you have Gomez body, right? But those are all like just they kind of just interchange with whatever characters. Like it's mainly just a slim body or a medium body, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some of the bigger characters, they're just different. They're just built different. Like some of them have bigger torsos, some of them have like some of height or width. They're just different. And I'm pretty sure you can't make specific big molds for different characters. That's where I think that seamless body would come in great, because you just have a big exoskeleton, change the heights on them, like just like the mid rod that can make them taller, shoulder rods can make them wider, and then you're not spending all that money on like the tooling for the mold. You're just spending it on the mold, which I'm probably sure would probably be cheaper just for the seamless body stuff. Because I mean, look at what they've done so far. They've done Godzilla, it's coming out. Batman. They've done different mold. Alien, two of them, just changed the transition. So it's obvious that it seems like that's a cheaper way to go for them. So now you have a cheaper way to make these bigger characters like Bluto, Venom, Thanos, and they'll have the articulation instead of these, whatever 20 plus point articulations, you'll have the articulation you would have for Batman and the rest of them on a
Yeah.
bigger body. And then you'll have clothes protecting it. So you don't have people, cutting through and shredding. And if you had a tear in the seamless body underneath the clothes, would you really be mad about it?
Right.
You wouldn't see it. So I did a Batman check today. None of my stuff had that.
Same. I just had mine in my hand.
Yeah. So
Oh, Batman. Okay.
do you have him under a lot of lights and stuff like that? Or
There's natural light in this room through the day, and then this is just a room that it's not used every day, so the light's not always on in here. It's mostly natural light.
Yeah.
Sunlight. Nothing's he's not protected. He's not, he's by a window, not directly beating on him, but there's nothing.
Yeah. You don't have him like on detox lights or anything like that, or bright lights or LED lights and stuff.
No.
Yeah. And you live in Florida, high humidity. That's what I think is always interesting. Like there's different conditions for everybody and what they do with them as well.
Yeah. Do you think that I would feel maybe like like out west, like more dry, arid would be a little bit rougher on the seamless body?
Yeah. I still think it has to do with because I watched and I looked. I still think it has to do with people putting that spray on it, that 303 spray, and then lights, and then also putting them in, like what that goes along with the lights, like the detox and stuff like that. And then people trying to Jean-Claude Van Damme's legs and stuff like that. Yeah, so CC, did you think of one? Like what you would want?
Oh man, collaboration. I don't honestly. I mean, the collaboration that I've really been excited about is the one that's happening. Like I really think Mezco and Four Horsemen are two of the best in the game, and to combine the sculpting and details that those guys do on a regular basis, I think it's gonna be pretty incredible. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's a good time to be a boat collector. It's like there's so much shit coming out, man. It's crazy. Dom had a pretty good one over here. I want them to redo the Dark Knight figures, Returns figures, except do Robin, Joker, Superman, and Armored Batman as well. Yeah, all those versions in there, in the Dark Knight part. I think that would be good, man. Again, that was early. I just don't think that the customer base was there. I think if they had the numbers that they do now, I still think if they did Star Trek, like if they revisited Star Trek, I think that the fan base would be there. And would beating Mezco into the ground. Even though we're on Hasbro stuff, we talk about Mezco. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think who else has good licenses. What about
Funko? Get with Funko. They got license to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is. So, well, while you guys are talking, so they did this. This looks really cool.
What's that? Who makes that new line that you guys are into? The Street Fighter line that you guys are buying up?
God, is it
Jada Toys?
Yeah, Jada. Yeah.
Would those be good? I mean, I know I saw your articulation and you're posing on Fei Long, or I think you think soft goods would go great on that. Like it pose still well with that.
Yeah, I always wonder what it would be like if they did some of those characters, because they kind of dipped into the video game license with the Silent Hill stuff, and man, it'd be interesting to really see what people really, really want them to do. There was like a little round table, and I'm talking, and he even asked me, he's like, "Well, what do you think people would like to see, Paige?" I said, he caught me off guard because you see all of this stuff, like you see everybody, like Lord of the Rings, or like you see all these people say just different stuff, and some of the suggestions are just kind of like, I did tell him about the Western Gomez. I was like, yeah, people want to see a Cowboy Gomez.
Did you tell them no Star Wars? They do not want Star Wars.
I didn't know if that was going to touch too far to home, So I said something like, I was like, everybody's really excited about the Lucas stuff. He's like, huh? I was like, well, you're doing Indiana Jones. Of course, that leads into Star Wars. And then I was like, but you kind of did it with Void Wars, and maybe that's and he's like, and he's just quiet. And I was like, yeah. So, but he did ask. He was like, what do you think people would like to see? I was like, oh man. I was like, and then I did say teams. I was like, people are really big on teams. I said, I think it's cool that you did the X-Men. You did this Uncanny X-Men. I think a lot of times people are just concerned that it's a one-off.
Yeah.
So some of these other figures that we have, I think if you look into those and figure out what holes you need to like plug in, I think people would really like to see some of the teams completed.
Some villains would be great too. More
I did
villains.
something about that, yeah. Villains. Yeah. And
And
females.
Batman's got a good fair amount, but you know, if you look at X-Men, there's Magneto.
Mm-hmm.
None for Superman, right?
What do we have?
Dark Side. Will be
Oh yeah,
about it.
Dark Side. That's right.
Dark Side, and I mean, but you got like teases here and there, like with the Man of Steel stuff. You got those accessories, so it's like,
Yeah. I'm not a Power Rangers guy, but I know the putties would be big for you guys, and obviously it'd break the bank if you have to order like a dozen. But
well, yeah, like, or those would be cool if it came in like a 3-pack.
yeah.
But anyway, we're all talking. So
Sorry.
here we go. More. So G.I. Joe, I don't know if you guys saw this. They didn't even announce this like during Hasbro, and yeah, nothing. So this is the was this Darth Wolf Spider? Just kidding. Wolf Spider Varma. I didn't know anything about this character at all. I guess they're dipping into the Night Force, and somebody got this ahead of time before the announcement, and even before it went up for pre-order. So it looks really cool.
Do you know this character, Cece?
No, I'm not familiar with him.
Yeah.
Not familiar with that one. So you know what that means.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You see the number? 109. Holy crap, dude.
Yeah, the line's dying.
It is.
Down.
It's dying.
Which is crazy because the one I was just talking to you guys about is 83.
83? Do you remember which one that was?
The one I showed you guys in the pre-show.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Which is, he's just out through a couple retailers, and 109's hitting somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Oh, Joey just added. He said Jada is about to add some soft good stuff to some figures. Nice. Do you like figures that like Star Wars Black Series and stuff like that, where they just add a cloth cape but there's nothing else to it? Or is it just kind of
I do.
like
I hate the plastic cape.
Yeah.
The plastic cape can ruin a figure to me. You got the big long cape or whatever and a hard plastic. Mm-hmm. Same thing with like long coats. I hate figures with like long coats that are plastic.
Yep.
Yeah.
It might as well be a 5-point figure at that point.
So you don't think that it's like a bad tease or anything, right?
No.
Okay. How expensive a bad figures we have?
Like the client from Mandalorian, that's a useless figure. So is Grief Karga.
Yeah. I was gonna put some of that Star Wars stuff up, but there's just too much of it to go through. Then we get to the party. Gridiron Studios, got room in the garage, fellas, do you? Because it's coming. I know. So I'm a voyeur with Gridiron. I don't even think I have anything. Not even the Indiana Jones set. I just live vicariously through you guys. But from what I understand, the pricing it's a little. I mean, the quality goes along with it, from what I understand. But the pricing is a little bit in the mid section. And so I was wondering what you guys thought this was going to go for. not laughing at it because to me this looks cool. It does look good. Like, look at that. Man, these companies are getting better and better with this shit, man. Jeez. But looking at just these two teasers, what do you guys have the price range for this going?
$2.25.
$2.25? Would you pay $2.25 for it?
No. No.
Yeah.
Solely because I just don't have room for it. But I, Gridiron, I mean, unless they've gone the next step of having somebody do manufacturing for them,
Mm-hmm.
they're 3D printing a lot of this stuff on their own. So, 3D printing a vehicle like that,
Yeah.
that's going to be pretty involved. So I say $2.25. That's probably on the low side. You figure those, how much were those Build-A-Wall sets they were selling? Are those $40 a pop? Somewhere in there?
Paige, pull up your receipt.
Yeah, you
I
got
didn't
6
buy
of
it.
those, right? I think
No.
they were $30 to $40 a pop for those Build-A-Wall sets.
Yeah.
So
I
if those are
passed.
$40, it's got to be probably closer to the $300 range in all seriousness. That would be
Yeah.
my guess. I'm putting it closer to $300. Because that's a lot. That's a lot of work involved to put that out. A lot.
Well, unless they contract it out. Do you think they would
Yeah.
contract it out? No.
I'm not sure they would. They seem to be pretty self-contained. Like I said, I could be wrong, but just from the looks of that vehicle, it looks like something that they're manufacturing, and that's going to be pretty involved.
Yeah. And the good thing is they can always just do whatever they're gonna do and price it and just take pre-orders. Like
Yeah,
they
they're
already
making
showed
them, so
it.
they don't need a minimum. They don't have to sell 10,000 of them.
We'll sell
Yeah.
seven.
If they sell 50, they sell 50. It's kind of all it is for that.
That modular, it was if it's the same one I'm thinking we're talking about, the G1, that was $69.99.
Yeah, so if you're looking at $70 for that, it's got to be $300 minimum for that vehicle.
Yeah.
See, if it's 70, I was thinking if it were $40, I was thinking $300. So if that wall was 70, you're probably looking at closer to $350 or $400.
Yeah, it looked like it had stuff on it too. Like you got the Gatling gun, you got tires, and I'm not complaining. I think it's great. There's so many companies that are coming out with stuff, but then it is like we talked about. Sometimes it's like there's another gun right there. It looks like
this kit that I got for Roadblock, I think was $40, I think.
That looks so awesome.
I'm pretty sure this was a $40 kit for Roadblock. So
yeah. I think you're right. I think this would be north of $250 at least $300.
Right. $350 to $400, probably somewhere there.
I think I'm just going to get the Black Series, or not Black Series, but Classified Series Striker instead of that.
The Vamp.
Yeah.
Or has Classified already announced the Striker too?
There was a promo that was put out for the Striker. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
And I'm not this looks really good, man. It's not the money thing with me now. It's more of the space. How we talk about
maybe they're designing this stuff to go attached to the AWE Striker. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
It was how they do like those digital when Hasbro produced the digital render that they throw up on screens.
That looks crazy.
They got a laser mark on it still. How you paint the
crazy.
target?
Look at the custom seats inside.
Yeah, those are like those racing seats and shit.
Yeah.
But I didn't notice that. Look.
Whoops.
You gotta paint the target.
That's crazy.
That's a lot. Look at that. Is that independent? That's a piece. That's an independent piece. But like the shock, I'm wondering if it's actually functional. Because look, it looks like it has shocks and struts. Look at that.
It looks metal.
Oh God, can you imagine if that was?
The price just went up.
Yeah, I know that's the one you're talking about. I don't know if I can flip it and push it in there. It's too much. I don't know what you're talking about. The All Striker one.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a figure and canteens and the gun. It looks good.
Yeah.
That's more nostalgia for me. But yeah, this looks good, and I'm wondering what the price point's going to be for that. So The Ahsoka series. All right, let's do it really quick. All right, where's our disclaimer? So if you have not seen the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka, we'll put this up for you right now. We're going to be talking about in generalities. We'll be talking about Ahsoka for a little bit. Nothing really to try to spoil the story because some of us haven't seen this 3rd episode yet, but just talking about it. I think we've given people enough time to dip out or fast forward. I'll put it in the time codes, like Kang the Conqueror time code jumps. So, first question. Are you guys enjoying the series so far?
Yes.
Clear, concise, and to the point. Yeah. CC.
Yeah. So far, I really like it. I think anybody that's a Star Wars Rebels fan will really enjoy it because it seems to kind of have that same feel, the same vibe. It's very much to me a live action, what would you call it? Subset, if you will, of that series. I think they've really done a great job of bringing that, to life. And it's so far they kind of touched all the bases with it. It's got a great Star Wars feel. And I really like this this period that they're working on, where you've got the Empire, they're down, but they're not out. They're working on things kind of in the background. You got the Republic thinking, we've won this thing. It's really an interesting timeline at this period, and I really enjoy it because this is kind of the part of the story that you've never really gotten much of, right? The periods of Star Wars that we're normally, familiar with are those periods where, the Empire is in charge or whatever. So I really like the whole feel of it. It's got a little bit of like espionage, if you will, that kind of a feel to it. So I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. 3 episodes in so far, a lot of fun. You'll get no spoilers out of me. So
redirect.
No, I agree with CC. Like it's even like the camera angles seem to be Rebel style as well.
Yeah.
Like the way they shoot the scenes, which is really cool. It's not gonna spoil it. There's a lot of eye candy and it's great story. Like CC said, I like this period. I like where it's going. I love the Rebels. So obviously I'm a Ghost backer from day one. So
ooh, he threw a jab.
But I'm really excited to see where the story goes. And they're not in the desert, so I like that. A break from the Mandalorian stories.
CC, you've gotten 3 episodes in, right?
Yep.
So are you breaking a little bit or no?
No.
Oh, he's staying strong.
No.
He's staying strong. I saw some of those. I saw some of those shots that he was talking about, and I saw it. I go, CC. I was like, when he sees this.
No. You know what's weird is like it's not even like at first it was really bothering me. I was like, man, I'm gonna miss out. I'm gonna regret this later.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit more about this topic later, but I've got nowhere to put that thing.
Yeah.
Nowhere to put it. Nowhere to put it.
How do you feel about Rosario's casting?
I love her as Ahsoka.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of hers. Like,
yeah,
across the board, I always like her. She's good.
Yeah.
What
do you feel about kind of the Asian vibe that you're kind of getting
from Sabine?
Just to me, like the storyline, you got kind of this. This seems even the robot's name was it Hugh Wang or whatever. Somebody's gonna get mad at me for getting his name wrong, but you really got kind of that samurai Eastern accent to it, if you will.
Yeah, I like how all the droids have like attitude, like K2SO or some of these R2D2, even though it's supposed to be robots. Yeah, like or C3PO, he's like this pompous, like protocol droid and stuff like that. They all throughout history, Chopper, they all seem to have like their own little personalities, and they're always just like attitude-ish. I like it. Can you imagine like she was she's flying with that one. I don't remember. It's probably the one you're talking about. I don't remember the code name for it, but she's like, where were you? You're supposed to. He's like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
it's like, dude, man, I'm about to
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. As far as like the vibe, dude, I'm not super heavily invested in the Star Wars. I haven't like watched every single episode of Rebels or Clone Wars or anything like that. So it helps me to like I just sit back and I just watch it because like we were talking about in the pre-show, they're only 3 episodes in and everybody's already talking. Oh, this is not a good show. This is a failure.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is this a failure? It's like it's just entertainment.
Yeah.
And do you want to go back to? I don't know. I used to have conversations about that. Like there was like Star Wars. It always seems like no matter what generation you're in, whether it's the first three, the next ones or the newer ones, there's always something bad. I remember
Yeah.
people were killing, the Hayden Christensen
Mhm.
block, and now people are revisiting it and going, "Oh, you know what? It wasn't really that bad." And it's like, dude, it's just. It's just fantasy. It's just a story. Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, MC, did you get in on it? What do you say?
I like it. I don't know. I enjoy it. I don't get upset like everybody else. Well, not everybody else, but some people get pissed off about Star Wars, and it's not their Star Wars they grew up with, and I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's a different story. It's not gonna be Luke running around with his lightsaber all the time. Or
do you want that? I mean, how many times do people really got to see that kind of stuff? Like, there's new characters, there's new storylines. I think that's what they're trying to establish.
I prefer like the supporting characters through the like the Mandalorian take, things like that. That was obviously Mandalorian's hugely successful, but seeing other parts of the galaxy far, far away that are affected by the Empire or the Rebellion, New Republic.
Yeah. I like the weekly format stuff that they do now.
Yeah.
Like most of the shows, like it's cool when something comes up and you can binge watch it, but I don't know, maybe that's like that old school in me, but it's cool to like say, oh, it's going to be this day and you're looking forward to each episode. That was a nice little bonus that they gave us too, and I haven't watched the new one, but it's nice to look and say, oh, what's going to happen? And then there's that whole tune in next week kind of feel to it. It's like, what's going to happen? Everybody just seems like they're in a rush, man.
Yeah.
With everything, toys, shows, you want to, and it always seems like it's a rush to forget, pretty much. I remember Mandalorian, and that was pretty well paced out, but everybody wants to move on to the next one. It's like, just kind of like let it marinate for a little bit, enjoy some stuff for a little bit. That's how people. Is is the who's the Jedi? Not the Jedi, but the one that was hanging out with the albino girl. That's how bad of a Star Wars fan I am. What are these characters' names? I just thought they were cool characters.
Balin?
It's all rehashed to me anyway. Anytime I look at that stuff, I'm like, that's Darth Maul. That's the
Balin?
Master and Apprentice. It's the same, huh?
Balin? Is that who you're talking about? The guy that died. Jesus. No, I can't think of his name. The actor that died.
No, not Ray Stevenson. The one that's hanging out with the little albino girl and was fighting for her. The one that everybody thinks is,
Oh, Merrick, the guy that looks like an Inquisitor.
the dual lightsaber guy.
Yeah, Merrick.
Yeah. Everybody thinks it's Ezra and stuff like that. The banner's down there. You know how all the theories and stuff go, but like that's what I mean. Like when I watch a Star Wars movie, it's little tweaks and stuff, but it's pretty much the same. It's all the same. Yeah. I don't know. For me, it is. At least what I see. You can see like certain stuff. I don't know if it's homage or if it's just like they can't break away from it. That's why when they had this character, I was like, oh yes, this is great. It's like Harley Quinn getting her own show. Rest in peace to that voice actress.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Let's get into CC's corner.
Ding 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 ding.
You ready?
Oh, I didn't give her credit. There you go.
Look at her.
Made her look good, man. Think about it. It's a cartoon, makeup and everything.
Yeah.
I do wonder how long it took them to do that on her.
Looks good.
Oh, this was out of whack. Sorry about that. We'll do that next. Nope. Did I not even give CC his own slide? No, I didn't. I'm sorry. Well, it's time for
Wow.
CC's corner.
I get a
CC's
blank
corner.
page. Look there.
A blank slate. He gets to
Oh,
do whatever he wants.
I'm gonna have to fire that person.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
we can take
Here we
down
are.
this.
Let me paint a picture, if you will. I wanted to make sure I do this right. So this is my first time getting the chance for my own segment. So here we go. I put down some notes. Bear with me. Gather around, friends. It's going to get a little deep for a moment. Look at the camera, nod. Remember not to read this part. Do we really know? Do we really know what it is that we want, right? Can we afford or even have space for the things we quote unquote need? The industry has identified an opportunity and come hard to capitalize with numerous offerings from numerous companies, with offerings for almost every person's desires. I can't imagine too many things that aren't out there at this point. Imagine, I'm gonna put you guys on the spot. You're responsible for market strategy for the next 3 to 5 years.
Yes.
What do you predict? What would be your tactics to try and capitalize?
When you say capitalize, you mean make the most money?
Yeah. What do you got to do? You're trying to predict, what's the market going to look like 3 to 5 years from now? Because, if you imagine when we first started collecting, you could tell that toys at that time were still being directed towards children.
Right.
There weren't a lot of adult toy collectibles at that moment. We were all still kind of shopping a lot of things at the Walmart toy aisle or Toys R Us, if you will, for a while there. And then you kind of had a market shift where people realized where, you know what? Kids aren't the ones buying toys anymore. Adults are. So they got more elaborate. They got more expensive. Where do you see the market of toys in the next 3 to 5 years?
Wow.
You want to go first?
No.
No?
That marinate for a second.
Please drop it in the comments if you guys have thoughts. Because I wonder. The majority of us, mid to late 40s, kind of in that ballpark, seems to be the overwhelming age range. 5 years from now you're talking, early 50s, late 40s for a lot of us. Will it change? Will we still be doing it? Will they need to be looking for another market? What should a big company's strategy be long term?
Okay.
You go.
Are you sure? Yeah. I mean,
No.
I mean, it's going to be a slow shift, obviously, like it was slow to get collectors in. But I think, as we talked about earlier in group, it seems like people are starting to get out, starting to be more selective. There's way too much to choose. So I think we're going to see companies shifting towards less releases, but better quality to keep the price at the same, to try to still capture all that money, our monies, like I can't see a Mezco, no offense to Mezco. I'm just going to use them because this, where we're at mostly, or Hasbro can't keep releasing the amount of figures they release every year and people keeping up. And you're starting to see more and more figures on shelves on the pegs than what we have over the last few years. People are being more selective. So I think obviously that's going to affect their numbers when they're clearancing out stuff on Amazon where you can buy a $30 figure for $12 6 months from now.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it, we're talking about some pricing in the groups, how resale is not what it was with pandemic and even post-pandemic that year following with pricing. People. you're not. What was Pink Skulls? The original Pink Skulls were $900, $1,000 at some points, and now you can find that for $300-$400, for the still in the box. So people are getting out and can't afford to buy every figure anymore. So that's what I predict.
Paige?
A lot of it is what MC said. I'm wondering when it's going to catch up to them, to any company. Because, like when you have, we've seen stuff in Target within a month or two go on sale, like $12, and a lot. And what happens is I think you start conditioning collectors to go, I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah.
And especially with the rehash that people are doing in the lines. You remember when, with the exception of like Mezco, and somebody will even probably say, "Oh, well, Big Bad Toy Store just threw up, 3 figures." But with the exception of Mezco, most of the companies they put the figure out. I don't those Arctic Troopers or not the bats, but the other ones, those snow dogs or whatever. I said I missed out on these. I'm gonna have to pay aftermarket, and they've reissued those. I saw today they put the retro carded Crimson Guards up again, and those you couldn't find anywhere. So I think collectors now they're starting to like be conditioned of like I'm just gonna wait, and they're gonna wait for lower prices. So when does that catch up with the company?
Yeah.
It's just a nice little snowball effect. I think I said this about Mezco too. We talked about averages. I would be cool if they kind of like cut down the amount. I know that's hurting them as far as money, like because they want to make profit to do other projects. But I think it would be cool if they trimmed down and did maybe 20, 25, and then really focused on quality. Not that the quality's not good. And then I would focus more on all the projects that you're kind of like pushing off a little bit, you would have more time to invest in making a better customer experience overall. All the companies,
Yeah.
getting feedback from customers and collectors, making the product better.
Would you
I think
like
it's gonna bust.
Sorry.
I think it's gonna bust. I think people are just gonna be like, you can't do it, can't keep up. I've already seen people do it now. You can't, or like I've said this a year or two ago. It's almost like companies are forcing you to commit to their line, but not intentionally. Does it make sense? We have so much product you're not going to be able to buy from anybody else, and we're making so much cool shit. Like you said with the awe, why would you need to buy this gridiron one when we're going to give you this one? And we have a track record. We're going to make it cheaper. So it's a hard place to be in. But I would do that. I would do like you said, just kind of cut down a little bit on releases, focus more on customer, experience part of it.
Steve Morrow's got a great suggestion. He said I would start to focus on unique accessories to sell separate that would go with figures. I think it's kind of a smart approach. If you can come up with like, build-ons or add-ons. I think that's kind of the way Hasbro seems to be kind of going with some of their stuff, where they're, these missile launchers and things like that. I wouldn't be too surprised if they don't start looking at like the adventure sets and things like that at some point.
Yeah.
Things that are kind of inexpensive to keep it tied in with the line. I think it's kind of the way to go.
Like to supplement a monthly release, alternate with accessory packs or something instead?
I think so. Yeah, something that's cost effective. That way you don't lose interest, but you're not feeling like, oh man, they're dropping 7 figures a month. I got to try and keep up with. That's for sure. So my next question is it possible to have too much? Can the market potentially become saturated if it isn't already? And if so, what does that look like in your eyes?
I think it already is. I think there's just not in a bad way. I just think there's too much stuff. And again, you're forcing people to decide, I walked in Target today. There was like 3 figures. I thought about, man, I can afford to get this right now. But I'm like, do I want to do it? I need to have some kind of like self-control, even though I can do it.
Yeah.
Those 2 things will never change for anybody. I don't care who you are, space and money.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is something. Can I say something about this? Like Minnie, she made a great point. So like things I want aren't being made fast enough. I guess that's kind of what I mean about the customer experience part. If you reduce the amount of offerings that you put out and you focus on a customer, like people say, "Oh, I want Luke Cage." Okay, well, we're not going to do. We'll do like a poll or something like that, or we'll kind of gauge the temperature of the collecting community. But we'll push these other 5 projects, or we'll just cancel them because maybe waiting for another Batman for a year or 2 will gauge more interest, garner more interest, and we'll do this character. Same thing, you could apply that to all the lines. And then you also, man, also you have time to enjoy stuff, man.
Yeah.
There's so much, like I said, we just want stuff so we can forget about it.
Right.
Right? It's like,
What do you think, MC?
I agree with what Paige was saying as far as we are oversaturated. There really is. And the same, I walk in and I don't know, we were talking about the new Legends that came out, like the Daredevil Elektra figure and a few others. And it's just like, I don't have room, and I don't really need it. So I walk away from it. And what does it look like? Oversaturated? Come on over. Look.
he's like, I'm using Sawyer's room.
Yeah. I know I feel the same way as you guys do. And we've been talking about this kind of a little bit for a while, that there are just so many offerings that you saw coming that you almost saw this, really, the writing was kind of on the wall. There's just so many pre-orders. There's so many companies throwing their hat in the ring that I wondered that if there's going to be enough to support all of these companies. You would like to think so, because you don't want to see anybody fail. But there's just so many new companies. It seems like there's new places, sprouting up all the time. And I just don't know if it's sustainable at this rate. I really don't. I kind of wonder that. I really do.
It's also a testament to how good they are, these companies. Not only in the marketing side, but character development, quality. Because you get these figures and you're like, man, I really want this stuff. And like I said, it's not a slight to anybody. Even Gridiron, we looked at that buggy and we're like, man, this looks really good. But it's gotten to that point where it's like, man, like Steve said, like, that's another factor about all this. You may be able to get it, but can your family afford for you to do it? Are you moving around stuff in your house to kind of accommodate for your family, or you know what I mean? Or are you siphoning from one thing from your family to be able to support this habit?
Yeah.
I do have one. I have one thing. Somebody said something really quick. Hold on. What was it? It was about you remember how you were talking about the accessories?
Mm-hmm.
About having accessory packs? I was in Target today and I saw this big, what's her name? Is it Britt Baker? She's a wrestler. And it's a huge box. I'm not lying to you. It's about this big. And I'm like, and I looked at the price and it was, I don't know, making it up, $39. I go, $39? And I saw she's double jointed. I'm like, okay, maybe this is the improvement stuff that they're talking about with AEW. And I'm like, why is she so much? And I'm looking, and if you take the box out, on the sides of the box, she had this kind of like bath collect and connect body. So you had her regular ring attire, but then on the sides she had 2-3 heads. She had another body with legs, arms on one side. And I was sitting there thinking, I go, maybe that's the even ground for things. Like you said with accessory packs, maybe you start making figures where we do have soft good packs or something like that, so you can change it, but you're not really changing, including the price of a box, a whole new figure, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You're just swapping certain parts out. Maybe that's more cost effective. It's also space saving effective, but maybe that's the next thing, because there's just so much stuff, man.
Yeah. So the next question I have is, can you ever imagine yourself in your collecting career, if you will, finding yourself in a position where you're just satisfied with what you have? And when I say that, it means like, you just reach a point where you're like, you know what, I'm good with what I got. I don't need any more. There's plenty of enough here for me, to where you just stop looking altogether.
No, because it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and better. The stuff that I had Marvel Legends from before and I look at now, it's way better. I still wish they'd do another Misty Knight, because I remember that was my first Marvel Legends figure I bought. And then there's ways for you to do it. I think you have to be more disciplined. I think I really want to get into a habit of like looking at a Marvel Legend, and if they made, like, how everybody said that the new Bucky cap, if I have that figure, I go, okay, I need to take this and swap this out with the new figure instead of keeping it. I'm not a reviewer. I don't need it to size or price or do that kind of thing. I'm not, but I need to get in that kind of habit where I'm like, okay, I got this new version. Let me get rid of that. And then maybe graduate to the point where I'm like, I haven't messed with this figure in a couple months. I need to just get rid of it. Have more self-discipline.
should be able to trade it in, right? But hey, Asbro, I got this old Marvel Legend. I want to trade this towards towards that new Marvel Legend. Yeah.
I said that before, man. Like companies do that stuff and they do really well. Like Edelkron. Edelkron is like they're like a camera rig kind of like company, and they sell these attachments for filmmakers and stuff like that. Even if you bought the product, like let's say you bought this crane, right? You bought this product from them, they have it on record. You can trade it in and send it to them, but they give you that credit off of the next thing. So if they have a version 2, they'll say, okay, that's worth $150. We'll give you $150 off of that on this new product. I don't know what a company would do if you're just sending them figures and stuff like that, but maybe that's some kind of like loyalty program, but they should. You should be able to just take that stuff and throw it in and trade it up. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm done, Nancy. I'm sorry. I'll put myself on mute.
No.
What about you, MC?
No, I mean, I'm never satisfied. I'm never going to stop looking. I definitely, I have, yes, I'm satisfied. I have enough, but I'm not going to stop looking, and I'll still keep buying because there's always going to be something bigger and better, like Paige said, that comes out there. I mean, we have so many figures that were just teased. I mean, there was a Nightwing that was teased. There was the Indiana Jones stuff that we got. I have the class, or what is it? The Adventure series sitting in front of me, but the Mezco stuff's coming. G.I. Joe, we were talking about the new Storm, or not Storm Shadow, but Firefly. Like I'm honestly thinking I might cancel my classified because I like the we were talking about what we didn't like about it, what I didn't like about it, and just sticking with the Mezco one that's coming. So
yeah,
and it's only what $25 for classified series. So, but it's $25 that I'm not spending on a third version of Firefly.
Right. Right.
Well, what about you, CC? What do you think?
You know what? I don't know if I'd ever get to the point where I could just stop buying, but I do know I've become far more selective with my purchases.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've also noticed is that it's become easier and easier. Like the FOMO was really getting to me when I would first, see things out. Like I would have to have it just like everybody else. But, as I've gotten a little more disciplined in my spending and everything, it's just, like the classified line, I had all those numbers up to a certain point, but now I'm really been cherry picking as far as which ones I pick up. If it's not something that has some type of nostalgia to it, or, a figure that I recognize, I'm not past. I have been passing. Those Arctic bats, they look really cool. I didn't grow up with Arctic bats though, so they're still sitting at the comic shop. I haven't picked any of those up, so that's just kind of the way that I've stuck with it. So, I never want to say never, but I enjoy it. As long as it still continues to bring me happiness. Me and my brother, we go out like every Sunday, and I'll stop by the comic shop and I'll pick up one figure, and that's just something I enjoy doing. And then I like leaving the packages in his car. It pisses him off and gives me a good time. So it's fun. It's fun. I open it up and leave the trash in his car. So that's become the new what would you call it? Tradition. New tradition.
So disrespectful.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's like eating food in somebody's car and just leaving. All right, man, I'm out. You just leave the McDonald's bag in there.
Yeah. So with all that being said, I got one last question. And just so we can help these companies continue to take our money, what is the one thing that you feel like you wouldn't be able to say no to, or that you absolutely still need in your collection? It'd be an instant buy if somebody rolled it out.
An instant buy?
Instant buy.
We already have? Or has it got to be something we haven't seen before?
Something we haven't seen.
Okay.
Oh, jam.
I'll buy you guys a little bit of time. I really, really, really want somebody to make a nice, big, oversized Doomsday. I feel like I need that one. The Storm one is pretty cool. I haven't seen it in person, but it looks pretty good. They do pretty well with the oversized figures. But a really nice, really well sculpted, oversized Doomsday would be really hard for me to pass up.
No matter who made it.
Yeah, really, no matter who made it, I'd have a really hard time passing one. Like if Fury Toys did, have you seen they released it's supposed to be the Monkey King.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
But if
Oh,
you look
yeah,
at that
yeah, yeah.
figure, he sure looked like he would have kind of the bones to make a pretty easy Doomsday. You pop that head off and put it because it's got kind of the almost. I know it's supposed to be like fur, but it almost looks like bones coming out of the arm.
Protrusions, yeah.
That would make a pretty easy swap into a Doomsday. And they, you know, Fury Toys doing some really big stuff. If Fury Toys did one of those, I'm sure they'd call him something different, right? Day Doom. They came out with Day Doom. It would be probably hard to pass up on.
Mm. It's hard. Like most of the ones that I've wanted, they've done. So
I know.
Yeah.
Like, I just got Indiana Jones. We just got Ninja
And those
Turtles.
haven't even come out yet. It's hard to
know.
like kind of. I love the question. I love the whole segment. This is a great segment. I just like it's hard for me to like because I'm still stuck in present and even like just in the next year, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
Anything from your past that they haven't already remade? They seem to be hitting all the 80s stuff pretty hard.
Yeah. I got excited when MC sent me that Luke Cage. You know I like Luke Cage. I still don't. I don't know if they're waiting. Maybe that's the body part, but like Mezco. But when MC sent me that, it was the classic version. I'm not. I think it's cool, but I'm not. Gets me Luke Cage, but I'm not too fond of that version of the character. But Marvel Legends when they showed that,
Yeah.
I still would love to see Mezco do a modern, version of Luke Cage. Doesn't matter which one, like the suit version or the classic hoodie version, but
so no lapels.
no. I'm glad they didn't do the first like version appearance of Blade. I was like, ooh, God, thank you.
Yeah.
It's like that's when you know you're on a roll when you can just put that out and people will buy it. It's like some of those, but Marvel Legends, that's obvious. They're on a roll because they can put out that classic version, and I want that would be my one of my next dream ones is like that Luke Cage.
Husky Toy said Lord of the Rings on a 6-inch scale.
Yeah, I did. I saw that one too. Well, this is a great one too. Adam had a grade. This is another one too. Oh yeah, they would crush that, bro.
I think
they have the materials and everything for
it. And Usagi Yojimbo from Mezco would be pretty cool.
Lilith Crow said Bride of Frankenstein, Uhura.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking earlier. The creature from the Black Lagoon on a seamless body.
Yeah. I watched that movie the other day.
Oh, Leprechaun.
Yeah. I told Ann we were like looking through movies and I was like, have you ever seen Leprechaun? She's like, no. I was like, you haven't? I was like, Jennifer Aniston's in it. And she's like,
yeah.
No. And I go, the little guy from Willow. She's like, what? Willow? And I'm like, okay, now we gotta watch Willow.
Don't make her watch that series.
Well, then I had to get her up to speed. I was like the guy in Harry Potter. You know, he's the professor and he was the bank guy in Green Guys.
Yeah.
Warwick
Dunn.
No, Warwick. No, David. Not Warwick Dunn. That's the Tampa Bay running back.
Yeah.
Same guy.
Man, he was a badass, man.
Yeah.
Well, some of us got a good one.
I like the Doomsday one too. So that's one we've discussed. I don't.
Yeah, I wonder why they don't do music. They used to do music like R&B, like hip hop and stuff like that when they had Biggie and they did a Tupac one. I would love to do that.
Prince.
That one guy can get a figure. What's the guy's name from? What's he? Oh God. Is it Aquemini or something like that? You know what I'm talking about?
Aquemini? Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jamiroquai?
Jamiroquai, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. If he can get a figure, how the heck has Prince not gotten one? Yeah. It would be
as Prince.
Yeah. What was the one that you said, CC? The comment you said they had a good idea? Which one?
You put it up there. It was
okay. Did you choose yours, MC? Your
not officially. No? I can't. I mean,
what do you offer the man that already has it all?
Right. CC, did you say one? I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
was caught up in the
See how hard it's getting for these companies?
Well, you got to
They got
think
to try and
about.
put out things that we can't say no to.
Yeah, and try to
It's getting
balance
slim
new
pickings without
characters.
creating your own IPs, kind of like what Mezco's doing. It's going to get tough. You can only do so many versions of the Turtles.
Yeah,
They've kind of done, you know, I mean, like there's so many figures out there, so it's hard to pick something that hasn't been done that you wouldn't want to see redone. Just picking something new.
But what's one that you need to be redone that you couldn't say no to?
A Neil Adams Batman from Mezco.
yeah. I've seen people do customs that are cool, but I'd like something company specific. Yeah,
I like Neil Adams version of Batman. I guess it's, you know, from my time, so to speak.
Yeah.
this is a great suggestion. I'm wondering if the lead up with some of these other characters that they're doing, like Ultraman, I'm wondering if they're just kind of like gently just kind of like, yeah. See how cool this stuff is? Here's Ultraman. Here's Power Rangers. Here's Godzilla. Let's make one version of Kamen Rider and see how it floats. You know, Darius is like, come on, you gotta do it, man. Just one. Just one. Do this version, and I won't ask for anything else. Let's see if it sells. Let's see if it sells.
Yeah.
The market's there, man. I've seen a lot of people ask for that in comments and stuff like that. This is a good one too. Like, you know, the good thing with Mezco is like some of those characters were so, you know, they were done so long ago that with. Can you imagine some of the characters they have now and some of the bodies or materials that they have? That's what I've always said. Like when people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna spend $300 for this Punisher," I'm like, "Dude, don't do that. Just wait."
Yeah.
Like, no offense, that was done on different materials way back, and you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know how rough that person was with it before. Just kind of wait. They're gonna do it again. So, CC,
could
did
you
you say
imagine
something?
if they revisited Deathstroke?
Oh yeah.
Catwoman.
They could do that. Yeah, when they get the female body down, like on these new ones, if they redid her, Harley, they could do their first like 2 years, and that would be a solid lineup. You have Green Arrow, Shazam. Oh my gosh, Black Adam. You could do some of those characters, redo those guys over again. Somebody mentioned earlier, Dark Knight Returns. I still think that would sell. That's still relevant. Especially if you put a Joker like in that suit. Everybody wanted that Joker, and it just never happened.
Yeah.
Mutant leader with new pants. I feel bad every time I see somebody's just flaking off.
Mezco did a Thundercats line. CC, would you like that?
Yeah. I'd love an articulated Thundercat line.
I see what you did there.
It looked great inside my thumb. It looked great.
Something that you can open the box and enjoy.
Yeah. I still haven't opened any of those up. Is that bad? People talk about the articulation so bad. I haven't opened one up just out of fear of disappointment. Not a single one. I got all of them, I think. I haven't opened a single one.
Do you have the whole line, or do you just have the original, like the Thundercats and like Moomra?
I have the whole line. As sad as that sounds.
Wow.
I have the whole Super 7 line, and I haven't opened a single one just out of fear.
Is the Thundercats the only vehicle they've released, or did they release anything else?
That's the only Thundercat vehicle they released.
Okay.
Do you not want to open it because you don't want to be disappointed?
Yes.
And let's say the disappointment set in, and you're like, I gotta get rid of this stuff.
That's exactly what bothered me.
You.
When I sit there and be like, I've got 15, 20 of these things downstairs, and they don't move. I'm gonna be really disappointed when you figure they were, $45 to $55 a pop. I mean, it's not like they were cheap.
Yeah.
They look great in a box, and that's kind of the way I'm leaving it. It's Schrodinger's cat. Any Big Bang Theory guys out there? Yeah,
I thought it was doing Ghoulies, maybe Trick or
That's all I
Treat.
got for my segment, guys.
Man, that was a good segment, man.
Just some things to
Seriously.
think about. Just some things.
Oh, you know I like to think.
Yeah.
Overanalyze. Yeah, that's a good segment. Did you say yours? What your dream one was? You said
Me?
we went over so many. I can't.
Yeah, I
remember.
want the
I'm sorry.
big doomsday. I need a big
Yeah,
oversized doomsday.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well sculpted, oversized, articulated.
Mm,
Be incredible.
yeah, like just big for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah. I think was that
9,
you that
10.
shared that picture where it had like Superman? It was like a huge doomsday in the background, or was that somewhere else? There was somewhere I don't. I think it was an upcoming comic cover. Oh, that's where it was. It's in that there's a Doomsday 1 coming out, and on one of those covers, it got like this huge Doomsday, and it makes Superman look real small. And I'm like, oh my god, that would be an incredible figure. Just give me a great big 18-inch, huge Doomsday. Awesome.
I like the big. What was so? What's the official? I'm not nerdy like that. What's the official height? Because you know how like some of these figures or some of these characters they can vary in height, and that's the workaround. Did Doomsday have an actual height?
Well, because he continued to grow, right?
Yeah.
Let's learn together.
Wikipedia, here we come.
Is that where you would go for it?
Oh, I bet you there's a whole thing on Wikipedia. They'll tell you height, weight.
I go to nerd sites. Like,
Go to WebMD.
Wiki usually comes up
WebMD.
first.
Yeah, WebMD.
That's a different doomsday there.
Everybody
Yeah.
tells me to do my job based on that.
You don't know what you're talking about because
Yeah.
I'm on
It's a doctor
DC fandom. You know, where's Mario? Mario would know this. Mario or Joey? No, I don't see anything.
Those guys
there.
acting like they got a life and to sit in front of their phones or the computers and watch us.
I talked about it. This is out. Go check it out. It's out. Go check it out. I'm kind of lost in that conversation. Yeah, I don't know his official height, but it would be interesting to see. Like, I'm surprised a lot of people. Oh, it says Doomsday is an enormous creature standing around 20 feet tall. So you would need a 20-inch.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
Some nerd will get in the comments. Well, actually, that's actually blah blah blah. Dude, it's not that serious, bro. If I can accept Wolverine as a 6-inch figure, it's okay. Is it play party time?
Play party.
Damn, that was a good segment.
Good job,
you sir. Yeah, you guys. It shows you're now. You guys come up with segments now. All right. Week in and week out. That was a good segment, though, man. You guys come up with some good ones. All right. Should we let MC go first?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what MC's got.
That way we can double up on them.
Different than what I showed you guys earlier?
I don't know. The one you got is pretty good.
Do both of them.
Both?
Yeah.
All right. First one.
Do you want a spotlight?
No. I don't want all that attention.
No HD.
I got the SDCC Comic-Con exclusive signed by Stan Sakai with a
sweet
with a remark on it.
Flex.
Baller.
Usagi. Yeah.
Is it black and white?
It is.
Baller.
Oh, show it again. Show it again, please.
Sawyer ripped it out of the package already.
Literally or figuratively?
No, figuratively. Like we were no damage. So.
Can you imagine it? Yes. Rips the signature. I love black and white figures. Man. I don't know what it is.
It's NECA, but it's kind of cool on the bottom of the box. It's got like a little red embossing, and then it's number 900 of 989.
Oh, yeah, you're in that window.
9 is my old area code.
Hey. Luda. What is who signed it?
Stan Sakai. the creator of Usagi. No. But that's cool. He's black and white, and then a couple of his parts are silver. They're like silver painted, and he's got his little robot spot and a little zip sword.
This height section of the info box on his page. Okay.
And then,
Send me the link. Not that I don't believe you, but so next time I know what I'm talking about.
and then the other thing I got was.
Thank you, Joey. Don't listen.
No. I'm trying to find for Cece to look at and swear at me for off camera. Funnel rat.
How did you get that, sir? That's not even out yet.
Man.
I know a guy.
Man.
An overpass. I had to buy it out of the back of his car.
Mm-hmm.
Buying Cabbage Patch Kids in the 80s at Christmas time. So this is Cece's favorite.
There's heights all over the place. Yeah, the height that I saw was on Google, and it said giant-sized doomsday is the enormous creature, around 20 feet tall.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me. Somebody probably get upset, but I thought he got bigger.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it varies in height. Like more like
he started out at a certain size and he got bigger.
Because isn't Superman like 6'6" or something like that? Between 6'2" and 6'6", and Doomsday was clearly much bigger than him, even in the Death of Superman, which I have that book somewhere.
Yeah, some of that stuff I laugh at. Like people like, no, when people talk about like scaling too much, I'm like, are you talking about you're scaling within the line, or are you talking about scaling just in general? Because sometimes, like I saw some guy went off on Ant-Man. He's like, oh, this isn't the right side. I'm like, like really? Are you really disappointed because this? You want a 1-to-1 size Ant-Man? Yeah.
Right.
Like
I saw they're making or they're teasing Giant Man for the next HasLab. That's a speculation that they're building up to with the Avengers 60th.
Oh, when they showed that teaser with all the guys are all coming out all at the same time.
Then they showed like a bunch of villains, and then there's like a comic panel almost. There was like I think there's supposed to be 8 or 9 pictures, and then there's a silhouette of a giant individual.
Yeah, that's why I like it. I don't really get like too wrapped up on that kind of stuff because, like I said, like you can go on one place and it shows it, and like this, see, like is it showing it? And like I said, you can go to different ones. Everybody has something different. I never like that when there's characters that are variable height.
Mm-hmm.
Right here, 7'6". You know, there's all of these different ones. Right here, around giant size, 20 feet. That's why I said I think you can always get away with it with characters that have variable heights. I never understand why like people like get mad about it. Like, no, characters like Wolverine, I get.
Yeah,
but I think that's a good thing for toy companies because they can get away with, oh, well, it's a variable height character. I guess it depends on where you want to go with it. Like if you wanted to have him fight like in Death of Superman, you have to have that. Anyway, we're beating that topic. Move on. What about, you show your other one?
Yeah. The tunnel rat.
You can't hear them barking, can you?
A little bit.
It's almost angry.
Hey.
Just give him some accessories, Mezco accessories.
Yeah, Constantine will settle him right down.
Yeah, lay that tray of Green Ranger accessories out.
Oh, this one, yeah, I put them in a box. Look at that.
Oh.
So, you hear me?
Yeah, yes.
All right, so Green Ranger.
Thoughts out the box.
Yeah, out the box. I like this thing. You know what? I got worried about this. No head.
It's always a concern.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Red flag.
When I was at when I was there, I didn't want to take his vest off because you don't want to like mess up anything. I don't have the indentions on mine. I think maybe because I took the vest off really quick. I think I'm going to keep that off for one thing, to be honest with you. I like this look a lot better.
The no shield.
Yeah, I like it a lot better.
How does it come off?
So I'm going to show you. And then I also want to tell you about this too. So
Mine has
it
the
would
shield on still.
be
I just opened him up.
it would be your, if you're having the character facing you, it would be the left one. If it's facing you, there's a tab on it, and it unplugs right here like that. You see? There's my fat fingers in the way.
Oh boy.
You know I don't like solo shots. So.
Oh boy.
It's time for your close up, Mr. De Niro.
I might leave mine alone.
Oh, look at that iPhone! Thank you. No, look. So in there, perfect. I had it for a second. Try to do it backwards. You see that tab right there?
Yeah.
So this connects to there.
So that's kind of far up in there, huh?
No, not really. Right there. See? So you just take it, pull it, and then there, and then you're gonna like lift the arms up and take it over. But if you look at this, I'm gonna do this. I was gonna do it in the video. But if you look at this in here, the reason why there's not enough light, you can't see it. Angle. Ugh.
You almost have to do that in order to take all this plastic off.
Yeah. Scheiße.
I'll never get that peg back on. I'm terrible with that.
Oh, there you go. So you see that peg right there?
Yeah.
In there? There's a peg right there. Just take it out, Paige.
Is it only on one side?
No, but so the peg is right there, right? You see it right there. Ah, perfect. See it? You see it?
Yeah.
Right here? Right there. You're going to take that peg out, but if you look at this peg, the way it is, you can see it flat, but it's raised. It's raised a little bit. I'm going to take like some sandpaper and sand it down. That way, focus. Sawyer, there you go. You can see it. It's raised a little bit. You know what I mean? Put it in front of your hand, Paige. Dude, that is an old ass looking hand. So, anyway, there's a peg right there. It's raised up a little bit, and I think if you sand it down just a little bit and make it flush, you'll be able to like not have that piece in there. It's just theory. It's not proven. So don't. I sanded and it didn't work, Paige.
You took the armbands off yours already too? So we had to take your cuffs off?
I did, man. I like to mess with these things. I don't take a lot of pictures. I know people think that it's just like, oh, he just keeps it in the box or bags it up and puts it in the plastic. No, I mess around with these things. Yeah, the armbands, like you just so these right here, you just held them right here, and I just did this. Boom. Replay? Do I need to replay?
That made me nervous.
No.
I don't have a figure.
No. Yeah. So yeah, that's what it looked like. You just take that, hold here, right where the what would we call this? Radius almost. Right where the wrist is, and pull. And then you just put it on. There you go.
It does hit a pretty decent T-pose without the shield.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Did you take the rims off? No? Yeah. Take here. Take this. Hold.
I'm afraid.
Don't. We're doing it together.
I'm afraid.
See here. See where the bend of the. You see that right there? This piece right here. Boom. Boom. Pinch, hold here. And just kind of make sure you hold. Boom.
Okay. Who wants to see me break my Green Ranger on live TV?
It's okay. You're within the 10 days, right?
Here we
I
go.
wouldn't do that a bunch. That's why I kept this one like this. That way I could have one without the bands and then one without the... cool, thanks.
I do kind of like that unshielded look.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. And all these little, these little pieces right here where people said that they had pinch marks and threads and stuff like that. I had a couple of those, and this material, what you do is, I was pushing it down, but you got to be careful because if you start grabbing or pinching at certain points, you will get these like little pinch mark points on it, but it's not bad.
I always tell everyone that you say you can just rub it out.
Yeah. My
shoulders, for everything in it.
Yeah, even without the shield, my shoulders were kind of, I need to heat this up.
The shoulders are very tight.
Yeah.
And you definitely you can't just, people don't want to grab his wrist and just bend up. If you do that, you're snapping an arm.
Yeah.
You definitely got to put you move, you got to hold that shoulder as close as you possibly can.
Yeah.
That's another one of the physics rules that I don't think people think about. When you grab something far away from the point, the pivot, you're just putting unnecessary stress on there.
Yeah.
It's physics, folks. It's physics. It's fulcrum and lever. Fulcrum and lever.
Yeah. I've always I'm very careful with them at first, but then once I start messing around with them, I don't it's kind of thing. I always tell people, the first thing I do when I take them out or I do something is I find out where the joints are to make sure they're lined up right. But as soon as I do, I make sure you kind of learn, right
that
here.
neck articulation without the shield.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Those other Power Rangers are going to be incredible.
Yeah. I think you can give the Black Ranger the Dragon Shield. It was one episode Tommy gave it to him. But yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Looks like he jumped right off the screen, honestly. Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
He can bury his chin right into his chest.
Yeah.
Looks like he jumped right off the screen. Did yours play the theme music as soon as you opened the box?
It did. It was I heard people had with this belt. And that's what I think you got to watch out for is this belt. This material, it's this weird. It's not weird, but it has this kind of I don't know how to describe it. I've had a couple of those little pinch nicks in there, and then all I did was kind of iron it out, and then it was fine. I am worried about the joint part, if you get it stuck in there and it gets pinched. I like the way it feels. It's that Superman kind of fabric.
Wow, look at those accessories. Have you looked at those at all?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Joey told me to be careful. I didn't have that problem, but Joey told me to be careful with the dragon sword. So I put this
crazy good.
Yeah, but he said watch out for the buttons. I think I did that dragon flute pose one time. But look, I put it
flute to flute, Paige. Flute to flute.
Yeah, mine are good.
Wow.
That's a lot of detail. Do the buttons? What are people complaining the buttons will break or?
No. So what happens is when you're putting hands, when you put the hands on there, I think what happens is the grip. These are delicate little buttons on there, right? So when you're putting the hand on there, it'll push the buttons off and break them because they're not on a big plastic piece. They're not secure. I think Joey told me his just kind of fell off, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm looking forward to the other pack because when you took them out, you could see some of the size differences, but then also you could see that stuff I was telling you about, the females and stuff like that, the female bodies. It's pretty cool, and the accessories are cool. You can use these accessories with other characters as well. I was looking at this, and I'm like, oh, this is like Atticus Doom kind of stuff, like these little lightning pieces. Is that picking up, or is it focusing? Can it do it? Wow, look at that.
Is that for the sword?
I think it's that lightning thing. I'm missing my hand totally. This is for that the dragon
Dag-
slash. Yeah,
Okay.
the slash. See? This isn't that bad.
Did you guys watch Power Rangers when you were younger? Obviously, we didn't grow up with Power Rangers as much, but I think I was in 10th grade maybe when it came out, 9th.
I wasn't even born yet, so.
Got it on.
I watched it a few times, but I started rewatching it.
Okay.
It's very,
I just had that awkward age, and I remember I had a friend, and we were at his house after school one day, and his brother came in and was mimicking the Power Rangers, and he was like the younger brother, or like, get the hell out of here with that, like,
yeah.
Like we had no idea what it was, and being teenagers, we weren't nice.
I remember everybody had a crush on the Pink Ranger. I know that.
She does a lot of cons.
Yeah, she does. And so there's
Is it Amy Jo Johnson? Is that her name?
Yeah, the black guy too. He was at San Diego.
The guy with 4 fingers?
Yeah, man, I show you. I never knew that. We know I'm not deep into that, but when I was showing you, I was like, this guy's only got 4 fingers. These are, man, you can use these hands for Gomez too, these white hands. And then the head sculpt. Did you take a look at the head sculpt, CC? What'd you think?
Yeah, I was messing with it now. I put the dragon shield back on.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely like the way the head sculpt looks on the body with the dragon shield, but when you take the dragon shield off, it makes his neck look a little too long.
Yeah, like.
But it looks great with the shield on there. That looks pretty good. Yeah, so you
looks
got yours on, so you can see the difference in the neck by not having that shield on there.
It's that long neck.
But you understand why when you look at the thickness of the shield, they had to make a longer neck.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd have really suffered from your articulation.
He's got a turtleneck on.
Yeah, that's way good.
It looks really good, man.
Yeah, but the other one fits on there fine.
I'm impressed.
I don't think a lot of people understand that too. Like Constantine does that. Hands over here, figures go over their page. But like Constantine does that too. You can't
Those
have
arm
that.
things slide down pretty easy, but they slide up pretty easy too.
Yeah.
Do they stay in place pretty well?
Yeah, I mean, once you pose it wherever you want, you can just slide it back to wherever you need it. But every time you pop them down, it'll eventually work its way down. But it fits on there pretty good. I mean, you wouldn't want those armbands too tight because then you'll end up with that ring on the material.
Yeah.
So they went right.
Yeah,
nice.
I think the bodies,
articulation.
if I remember, yeah, I think the bodies are different. There's one of them that's different than this. I think. Again, I was in the cabinet. It was like, Paige, what are you doing? Nothing. It fell. I'm just picking it back up. I use that line a lot. It fell. I'll just pick it up.
The boot rocker is really nice. That joint, smooth. It's nice.
Yeah. And it goes out pretty wide, but then that ankle part right there, it stops it from going in. Like right here, but when you go out.
Tell you what, the little bitty details and just his morpher on his belt, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I took a picture of that one. I didn't post it though.
Is that a Mezco Monday contender right there? Macro?
No, I just said, man, I was like, it was so cool to see some of this stuff, and it's stuff that people haven't seen yet. And so, like the idol that was on top of the, with Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I would just take little pictures of those, because I just thought some of that stuff was cool. Like the texturing on the Silent Hill 2, I was taken back by that. I was like, wow, look at that. But nobody wanted to see that.
Yeah.
Until the
It's
other day.
impressive. He's impressive. So 1 to 10, where do you give him?
Oh, I don't rate figures.
You don't rate your figures?
No.
No?
No. I enjoy it.
You satisfied?
I enjoy it. I'm satisfied and I enjoy it.
CC, did you? I know Paige did, but did you order the other Power Ranger set?
I did not order the 4-pack or whatever. Yeah, no. I did not.
Ooh, you gotta heat this bad boy up, Paige, tomorrow.
I'm waiting for somebody to piece those sets out, though. I can just pick out a couple.
Did you?
I wasn't really a big Power Ranger guy growing up. You know, of course, back then, we were kind of stuck with our basic channel. So I think I watched it just because what else was there to watch at that point? But, you know,
it was on after school, wasn't it? If I remember right?
Yeah, it was every day, pretty much every day after
4:30
school.
slot.
You figure every storyline was the same, right? Rangers go to school. Bad guy comes to school. Ranger beats the bad guy in normal form. Bad guy gets bigger. Rangers get the Zord to kick his ass. You know, keep on going.
What's your guys' thought on the movie with Billy from Stranger Things?
I didn't watch the movie. You talking about that reunion movie or whatever they did?
No, like it was like a remake kind of. It had nothing. They were like it had like Bryan Cranston in it as.
Oh yeah, the newer one, yeah.
Zordon, Zed.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at hands off. Earthquake test. Yeah.
That's pretty nice. I'm impressed.
Good.
I am impressed.
Mm-hmm. Sweep the leg. You got a problem with that? All right, it's good.
They have Rita at the comic shop. I've been tempted to pick her up every time I go there. I keep hoping somebody will buy it before I get to her.
Which one?
Man, you need to buy that. It's really good, man.
Yeah, that Black Lightning collection, Rita.
Oh yeah, they got the face plates on her, and she that dress that she has is soft goods. That costume.
Yeah.
Man, I'm really.
And that's from Hasbro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I sent you pictures of. That one and the Minotaur, and I need to get the Eye Guy. I think there's an episode where the Eye Guy fights the Green Ranger. Joey was telling me.
You've been watching those? I think that Eye Guy, I think, is $15 on Amazon right now.
Well, I missed out on who is it? The guy. He doesn't really do anything. He just
the $12 Finster.
I missed that one. Now he's $26. Yeah,
it was in my cart and everything, and I just didn't pull the trigger because I was going to wait for something else to go on sale and just buy two.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went right back to the regular price. I was like, well, that sucks.
Yeah, I should have got it.
The trigger at $12.
Yeah, he's on my thing. I wish there was a price limit watch that you could do. You know, I got Eye Guy. I got that one that you just mentioned. I don't know his name. And then there's another one. But I wanted to try to pick up some villains. And the putties, I bought a bunch from D like 2 years ago. Because I was hoping that they would do Mezco Power Rangers.
Yeah.
But I keep seeing the Z ones. I'm like, no, I don't think that those are the right ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
they got those one for the Ultimates line.
Yeah. I keep hoping that they do it. Yeah. So the pig guy. I got him on my cart too. Pudgy Pig. I got him in there.
Pudgy Pig.
Yeah. And then I got Indy in there, and then Donovan. With the triggers. Need to get Eye Guy because he keeps going down. Like, man, only 17 left. You better hurry up. I'm like, uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I have Hasbro's What If exclusive Captain. What's her name? Captain Britain.
Oh.
Yeah. It took me a while to try to find her because she wasn't. Everybody wanted like $30.
Jeez.
Do you do that a lot? Put stuff in your cart and you're like, I'm gonna get it in a little bit, and then it's at a really good ass price, besides the one we just mentioned. And then it goes, dude, that thing's $27 now. I'm so
Yeah.
pissed. I could have had it for $12, man.
$12. I was sure gonna pick it up. I don't know why I just didn't pull the trigger for $12. Like I said, I was just waiting for something else to go with it. It kind of felt silly buying one thing for $12, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not like I
Yeah.
paid for shipping with Amazon Prime. I should have just done it.
That's what Ann tells me. She's like, just buy it. I'm like, nah, wait. I thought about getting those zero cogs, but those cog guys, they're not even in the same. It's not in the same whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Series and stuff. But they look like really cool figures. But that's what like what MC said. I'm pretty sure they'll probably do putties.
Yeah.
Those putties in the pictures, I know. Like somebody said, oh, those were the Hasbro putties. But when I looked at them, you could see stitching and stuff. I was like, are you sure? So I'm hoping that they do Power Ranger like the putties, because I think that would go well, man. You'd have something to go along with these guys.
Oh, for sure.
Is that the picture? I don't think it is. Yeah, you tell me. I don't want to be that guy that's just let's stop this and we'll do this, and then we'll close on this because I told Ann we'd only be an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
She said the same thing. She was like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
It's like, what, 4 hours? All right, you tell me. Chat, you tell me too. I didn't mean to sound condescending when I said that. So look, it doesn't look like plastic.
Looks like soft goods to me.
It looks like an armor piece look at, that's fabric. Anyway, well, here, let's do more. Would you like to know more? Oh, look at this tease. I think that's the Lightning Collection one. I do.
That one? Yeah, that one looks like it. The putties definitely look like they were cloth to me when I was looking at the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like this. Look. Like that. The putties on the other one, they don't have like wrinkles like that, do they? Unless they blurred it out really bad. I don't know. You got any more? I even went looking for this. This thing is a pain in the ass to find. The Zordon one. Where's it? All right, here we go. Here you go. Maybe this will help us, right? What's the consensus? Do we say yes or no with this?
Definitely cloth.
Julian Pappas says, I thought they were pulled from screenshots from the show. But I've figures.
That might be, but that might be one too.
Yeah.
Because another thing too, like I know that these markings and stuff on the Z's are all different. Like especially with that 2-pack. They did a good job of blurring it out, right? Maybe that is a screenshot and they just like photoshopped it. Because that would be where a seam line is. This is what we've resorted to for the closing segment. Take that.
Well, after having this one in hand, I really think the Power Ranger fans are really going to be happy with those when it gets released.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to see the head sculpt. These weren't there. This looks good. They all look good. She and he, they look pretty dead on. Oof. Look at you. I'm fucking pissed. Take the shot.
Mm. The Yellow Ranger.
They do include this. Yes. I'm sorry.
The Yellow Ranger, she died in real life too, didn't she?
I think she took her own life. I think she's alive. He's alive, right?
Yeah,
I
he's
forgot about this sword.
the Blue Ranger's supposed to be returning on the new series or something. I saw like some post on Facebook.
Yeah. CC, you better get ready. 'Cause Dragon Shields, you're gonna have some more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot about this. The Mega Blaster. And then they'll reintroduce the mech stuff, and they'll give us that big like Zord. That big ass Zord.
Car accident.
Megazord.
Makes sense.
All right, that's cool. A car accident? Oh, so she didn't take her life. Okay, wow, I didn't know that.
The Green Ranger
This-
did, right?
I think that's up for debate. You know, they were all alive except for the Yellow Ranger when she died in a car accident. Okay, I retract my statement. She did not take her life.
Green Ranger did.
Was that confirmed?
Is it the Green Ranger is the same as the White Ranger, right? Same actor?
Boy, are you gonna get all kinds of hate mail, MC, for not knowing that.
Yeah.
I really
You have
don't.
the guys like,
Don't
oh,
check your
well.
DMs after this show.
Maybe.
Don't you check your DMs after this show.
It is.
How
Say
dare you.
remember.
No,
Say,
it's not.
That's why I always say. That's why I always put the disclaimer out. We're here to educate each other. That's why I start out like I don't know everything about this. I don't know if that was, I heard that he had
Green and white are same. Thanks, Proham.
cause of death. I heard that he had. We're talking about died by suicide November 19th during the weekend outing he had planned amid the pair's effort to rekindle their relationship. That's what I heard about. I heard he was trying to get back with his wife. He's having problems and stuff like that. That's sad.
He was just in this area before that happened too. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's eye opening when you think about like, this guy, he was really good to his fans. I know that. He was really good to his fans. He had a huge fan base. And yeah, just to see that, you never know what's going on in somebody's
Yep.
life, man. Yeah, this story discusses I don't know if you can say it, S word. So if you're someone to know in the crisis, call the number. Yeah, so it looks like it. Has confirmed that her husband died by that at 49. That's so sad, man. Wow. All right.
Great show, guys.
Can we end off on something good? Let's end off on something good.
Oh.
Let's get another shot at Tunnel Rat.
Yeah, it's a good shot, Tunnel Rat. I still can't believe it. Yeah, I can't believe it. Man, jeez. Oof. Oh, here's one. Red Ranger might have worked out his issues. He did appear at a comic show. Yeah.
Issues.
Man.
Was he a drug addict? Was he in
I don't
some
know. I
Red
don't know
Ranger?
what were the issues.
MC.
He's like, I want the tea. That's gotta be
He's a
something.
sex
Man. Be that
addict.
young. Nah, be that young and then do shows and stuff like that. And then what? This says Paul Mazagov, Red Ranger and the Power Rangers. Maybe that's a different. Oh no, that's a different version. Dead at 38. That's a different version of him. No, it's because I put died. Red Ranger. Oh, Red Ranger. Anyway, we can move on. Don't need to be looking at people's anything. I think the Red Ranger's in jail. PayPal loan scams. Wow. Can you imagine that? You're like, hey, I was the Red Ranger.
Idiot.
Joey came up with this one. So Red Ranger actor charged with COVID fraud in FBI raid. Wow, man. Imagine that you're just getting arrested. Dude, aren't you the Red Ranger?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
used his powers for good. Now he's using them for evil.
Like, man, you were the leader. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Shoot up, man.
Being bad is more profitable.
Yeah. It's a lot of that. People with COVID fraud and stuff like that. I'm trying to try to get us in on that. He's like, man, you know that they're doing grant loans and stuff like that. They can't take it away from them. I'm like, okay, man, you'll see that in 2 years.
Okay.
You take that PPP loan thing. I think Brett Favre did that too, didn't he? Something like that.
Yeah.
Just airing it all out. Just airing all out.
Brett Favre aired it all out once too.
Yeah, he did. I saw that. I didn't see it personally, but I heard about it.
You saw the picture?
Yeah. She was like, look at this. Stupid Brett. Oh, well, this is a good show, man. Cece, thanks for the segment. He's not in jail. Well, that's good, because I need him to sign my Red Ranger. I need to find him. He did a signing at our shop last year. It was surreal to me. Wow, man. I can't imagine that. We did my friends and I we went to MegaCon, and oh my gosh, I'm already forgetting his name. That's so bad. Kevin Conroy.
Oh.
He was doing a signing, and so the makeup effect stuff. So we made up one guy. He was Two-Face. We made that up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they thought it would be cool to get a picture of the makeup done as in Two-Face with Kevin Conroy. So remember we went over there, I took pictures and stuff like that. And then I looked and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And he waved us over and said hi and everything. And I felt bad when I said, I was like, oh man, man, he looks so tired, Because he just looked like he was drained and exhausted. He's so nice. And then he passed away later. I was like, oh man, maybe that was kind of like that Chadwick Boseman thing. He just didn't want people to know. And then, but that's really, it's sad, man. It makes you realize, though, you never know.
Precious and short.
Mm-hmm. Like a little Frenchie. All right. What are we ending off on? Something high.
We got the tunnel rat shot already?
Yeah, tunnel rat. Show it. So we end off on that.
Bam. Classified figure of the year.
Man, that would be a good one to know.
I'm regretting not jumping on that. I just knew Canadian shipping would have been a lot more than that.
You're practically Canadian anyway, CC.
I know. It probably would be even cheaper for me.
I mean, I remember growing up there, we got CBS. That was one of our network channels.
I definitely
not CBS, CBC, sorry, Canadian Broadcast Channel.
Definitely need that one.
Hey, have you since we were talking about it earlier, did you do a size comparison with him? Like, is he shorter? Is he short round?
A short round? Well, here's short round.
Okay.
They're the same.
Whoa, really?
No.
You call him tunnel rat, dog.
Let's go with the figure that's selling like hotcakes to see how tall he is.
Chuckles? Oh,
Chuckles.
I can't wait for Chuckles to come out. Ew. I heard that you can get a Bentley for that.
It's true. I have one in the box that I traded, and they sent me the keys, and the car's going to be delivered tomorrow.
Nice. Remember, doors open the opposite way.
Be classy. Don't be trashy.
Same size?
No.
Oh, so okay.
So
was it 6, maybe 5 inches? You think?
That's back to back, like heel to heel.
That is so cool, man.
So he is a little bit smaller.
But he packs a punch.
He's done.
Man, I'm glad I got that coming. That whole wave, like CC said, looks good.
Yeah.
Let's bring out this salty bastard.
Back to back.
Heel to heel.
So what? What would you say? 5 inches?
About a head taller. Yeah. Let me.
Mm.
Hey, I got a measuring stick in front of me.
Oh
What
gosh,
were you
don't whip
doing
that
with
out.
that? What were you doing with that?
So he is
How are you going to measure the other 4 inches?
playing twice. So he's like maybe 5 7/8, 5 3/4, 5 7/8.
5 7/8.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool though, man. That they have that varying size, you know, so they're not all the same. You know. All right. Good show, gentlemen. What we did here.
The
And I have
classified
this
line, they
red-
seem to be doing a pretty good job of mixing up the heights anyway, though. You got some guys that are really big.
Yeah,
he's
Really
like
big.
Bazooka.
That
Have you seen
Serpentor or
Bazooka?
whatever? That Serpentor is huge.
Yeah, have you seen Bazooka?
He's got
Jeez.
Yeah.
big arms, doesn't
This
he?
is a running back. An lineman, actually.
See, they got the body for the fridge. Then we can get refrigerator Perry.
Man, I was like,
That'd
we
be
talked
so
about
awesome.
that before. He passed away, didn't he? Joey, hit me up.
Yeah.
Joey,
Yeah.
tell me if he passed away. Did he pass away? He did, right?
CC's
Yeah,
a
I'm pretty
Bears
sure.
guy. He knows.
Everybody's smart with Google.
Pretty sure he passed away.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Like, if you have somebody that we talked about it before, if you have somebody that passed away, can that be done still? Or, you know what I mean? Like, can that figure still be done? I don't know.
Let's get a. I mean, do you think Green Ranger? Well, obviously Green Ranger was signed off on long before JDF died.
What?
Yeah.
Everybody says this says he's alive.
Is he?
Refrigerator Perry.
This is 2001. They're talking about the downfall, but I asked, is it William Refrigerator Perry?
He's still alive.
Yeah, a couple of them that I've seen. Is he?
Wow. Now I feel bad.
Yeah.
Biscuit, the fridge, and refrigerator.
Yeah. Okay. Look at this. Hold on a second. I gotta show you this really quick. We can end off on this. That'll be fun. Just gotta be a faster way to do this crap. It's called preparedness page. Look at that. Put it in. What does it say? Yes. It's like in bold. Yes. When you ask the question, is he alive? Yes. It's still alive.
Many
They
people
want
have
you to
asked.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. They must have had a bunch of people. That's that internet annoyed voice right there. Yes. Jeez, stop asking.
CC, quit spread that rumor.
I think okay. Let's see here. What was this one? I think the head sculpt was affected by his passing. Yeah, I always wonder about that kind of stuff. I mean, I think if you have the deal already being done, it's already in the works. Maybe it's something that you do as something nice for the family, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder, like, when people pass away, well, we don't have to worry about that with Fridge. Hopefully, Lenny can get on that, right? Lenny and Emily.
Let's do it. He looks like Indiana Jones cosplay right there.
Yeah. Call me. I'm ready to make a deal. I remember that. He had that chain with the football mallet on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was wiping Cobra soldiers out that day.
Remember they had the basketball player? Well, that was when Tunnel Rat came, too.
Yeah, who was that guy?
What was the basketball player's name, Cory?
Basketball
Stretch.
player.
Air Morris.
Air Morris.
It's Air Morris.
They had Beachhead. That's when he started showing up in the shows. He was training them. Jinx.
I remember when Beachhead got chewed out in that
Yeah.
movie, in the G.I. Joe movie.
Yep.
He goes, it goes me, this dude, then you. I was like, ooh. This is rock this dude right in front of everybody, man.
God, now it's
How did
killing
you
me.
say that?
Basketball playing G.I. Joe.
Everybody's smart with me.
It was Big Lob.
Big lob. Oh, I get it. Like lob. Big,
Yeah.
tall, big lob. Like CC said, they can. There's no end to that. They can just keep churning out figures.
Oh yeah.
The catalog is how long?
Oh yeah.
Here's an interesting article: 15 figures that can't be made today by G.I. Joe.
Well, I bet you one of them was Spirit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you that was on there. Hooded Cobra Commander.
The October Guard, the Russian unit. Joe's
Wow.
Russian counterparts.
Because they're known as the people of the Czech Republic or something like that now? Or is that the reason why?
Isn't
Yeah.
Big Ben considered one of the October Guard though? Am I wrong?
What's another one? This is interesting. Where's this at? Send me a link real quick.
Got it. Send it. All right. Give me 1 second.
This is
I'll
good.
put it in that
This
group.
Yeah, this is good in talk.
Come on, Slowpoke.
Drag and drop. You remember that? CC? Drag and drop. Drag and drop. Jeez, dude.
Probably already made 12 of those 15, probably.
There you go.
Yeah, it probably did. What was the other one? Oh, you put it in the other thing. Now I gotta go. Oh, now.
Oh no, I didn't. Sorry, I'll do it the other way if you want.
No. I'll just pull up this from here and do. I can't because I don't have Facebook. Yeah, just put it in the private chat. Maybe that'll be easier.
Got it.
Because the 14 people want to know about this. Got it. CBR. I like them too. Yeah. So, do we have some guesses before we start sharing this? We already said Spirit, Hooded Cobra Commander. Anybody else got anything? Chat, share your thoughts.
I can't. I'm not gonna say because I cheated.
It's okay. It's on here. We got it. We'll
CC,
close with this.
Who you got dibs on, CC?
I won't scroll down yet. What?
There's a little write up for each one because I know which one you're talking about. I'm like, what?
Yeah, the first one, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go through it. We don't want to go. So, this is what we got. Maybe CC will think it. Dial tone? Really?
Well, he's already been shown, hasn't he?
I don't know if he has.
We'll
What?
definitely get
Really?
Dial Tone.
You can't make Lady J and Scarlet? Why?
I think they
You're
said
wrong there. There's two wrong.
because they're
Who
because they're
wrote
big
this?
guns.
Who wrote this? I would say the name, but that's not cool.
I think it's because of the
Oh, come on.
Clickbait.
Oh, God.
they gave him a
All right.
crossbow and a spear instead of a 50 cal.
Yeah, October Guard, Bullhorn. Why? Because nobody would want him? Or intervention specialist? What is this?
I think that's supposed to be like a hostage creator.
Back away.
Bullhorn did have an awesome little that little box he had though.
Can you see that? Is it showing?
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez, man. Look at that. I need to make sure I put DJ. Whoa.
What the?
What? I don't
What's
even
with the
remember.
vacuum hose going to his head?
I remember the Battle Force 2000 guys.
He was the
The
equipped
party.
with a laser gun and hose that went to his head and his shoulder that virtually did nothing. Oh, come on. Really? Didn't they do this one already? No, they did the
Yeah, Nunchuck's coming.
Yeah,
okay.
It's an Amazon exclusive, isn't it?
I think so.
Spirit?
Of
Who
course.
wrote this? When was this wrote? Oh. DJ Nunchuck. Is this still showing Spirit? Big Lob? Why can't you make it? What's wrong with this? Because he was a reservist?
Yeah,
We
it's not
can't.
showing anymore.
You just see us three, Paige.
Oh, sorry. Oh, well, audio wise, I did tell you it was Big Lob was one. I can scroll back up to the other one. They said Spirit, that was wrong. Nunchuck. And then Big Lob. Why? What's wrong with him? He's a former basketball player who would talk to himself as if he was an announcer for the championship game. Big Lob goes for the goal. Who wrote this? You can't do gung ho? Okay, you got 3 of those. Headman. Well,
You might not see that one.
yeah, we might not.
You might
Looks
have
like
to have
a
a
red-
name change.
The evil headhunters,
Maybe that's the reason why, huh?
a drug kingpin.
Oh, that's why. This is why the presentation involving in a drug war. Bonsai. What's wrong with Bonsai? Is that the reason why? Let's hurry up and get to there before they cut me off again. Big Lob, Gung Ho, Headman. There he is. Evil Headhunters. Yeah. Bonsai. Oh, look at that. Okay, what's the next one? What's wrong with Scoop? Oh, because he was just a reporter with a battle-tested camera. Can you see that or no? He's a battle-tested camera reporter. And who else we got? Budo. What's wrong with this?
Is this one? Was it?
Oh, Budo would be
Larry
awesome.
This
I
one he
loved
left
Budo
behind?
as a kid.
Yeah, I have this one. What is it? What's wrong with it? What? Why? They don't say why. Okay, mainframe and dial tone.
Damn,
Is it
look at that
because-
backpack at dial tone.
Another thing's huge. This is no Pentium processor in that one. So what? Would you want these?
Yes.
Mhm.
I would too. Well, I mean, could you update them? What do you think?
Yeah, you could always modernize them some, for sure.
Yeah, I'm wondering how.
I mean, you
How
figure
would you
Dial
do?
Tone was just a communication specialist, right?
Give him a cell phone.
Yeah, this is iconic.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him
though.
with an iPhone, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta do,
I got it,
you gotta do a
guys.
little more sophisticated than that, you know?
Little portable Wi-Fi hotspot. Here you go.
Yeah. Yeah, but how would you update them? Like, I mean, because this is kind of, it's iconic, you know?
Yeah.
This guy you could touch up. He would just have, like, computers and stupid shit.
Smaller laptop.
But this is, I wonder how the wheels are turning for that one. Who else we got? Oh, come on. Really? I'm offended that this is number 2. You should have had him way, way, way farther back.
He
They're
doesn't.
saying that he's the second. No, I'm really. Who do you think is number 1? Hooded Cobra Commander.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to be.
Everybody keeps talking about that. Heavy Duty.
What?
This is just Roblox's cousin.
Yeah.
Sergeant Blaine Cooper in the 1987 Predator movie walked around holding.
Well, many people would argue that Heavy Duty was the guy that we got was supposed to be in the classified Cobra Island Roadblock. Everyone was saying it was basically
Yeah.
Heavy Duty.
Why wouldn't this guy get it?
Yeah.
Okay. I think this would be cool.
Firepower feels off-putting, like overkill.
Is
like
that the reason?
The episode of Community? Did you ever see that? The G.I. Joe episode
Mm-mm.
where they killed somebody,
Oh.
and where they all got turned into G.I. Joe cartoons, and it was a dream that Joe Micheal was having. It was so funny. They all had code names, like I got 5 kids, and
I'm waiting for them to do Globulus. Globulus.
Mm.
and Nemesis. What was his Nemesis?
Nemesis Enforcer.
Yes.
did Joey say? I think everyone was more used to his look a little later in the series when he was a. Oh, this is way back. Sorry. Talk about shit we won't bring injury. Sorry. That's why there's a time there, Paige. Oh, okay. Well, we did 220, so I think we should call it.
You're really in trouble now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that. Hopefully, he's just asleep. So, all right, great show, man. A lot of fun. Time always passes when hanging with you guys and everybody in the chat.
Appreciate you all.
All right. Hopefully, we have a pre-order next week. It'd be nice.
See how patient CC is.
Yeah. Great show. Great show. Had a lot of fun. Thank you guys. Awesome segment, CC. MC, thank you for shoveling out all the water in the basement so you can be here with us as well. And that's it. Closing. Oh, thank you everybody that showed up live, or if you're watching this on the replay. Had a bunch of people say they were watching stuff later on, so I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Any of your time is greatly appreciated. Anybody have anything else? CC? Oh, come on.
Help control the pet population. Please have your pet spayed or neutered.
Boom, there it is.
Rest in peace, Bob.
Oh, yeah. We're supposed to end on a high note, but good job, MC. All right. Show was clean. I don't think anybody will get suspended, so we'll see you next week.
Everybody have a good one.
All right.
Bye.
I did it too early because it said in broadcast.